Okay, this PowerPoint supports business studies level 2, the motivational internal. First motivational theory, this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First and foremost, Maslow, he was a psychologist who characterized and prioritized our needs as human beings. And in that, he interpreted it in terms of completing our needs is what motivates us. So he believed that we must achieve all of our basic needs before moving on. So in that, what we can see is first and foremost this hierarchy from the bottom of physiological up to safety, love and belonging, self-esteem, and then self-actualization. So what he was saying is that our physiological needs, what motivates us as a human being, first and foremost, is our need to survive. So breathing, food, water, sleep, shelter, warmth, these sort of things. In having those, that's what motivates us at the very basic level. Once we've achieved those, the second thing we start looking for is to be able to obtain a safe and healthy learning environment. Environment. And in that, we have property, we have resources at our disposal, and we have security. Once we've achieved these things, so we can guarantee our survival, we can guarantee our health, we have somewhere to stay, we feel safe, we then start looking towards our immediate family and friendship for that social support that we need and thrive on. Once we've got that, we've established social interaction. The next thing we need to think about is receiving respect and uh, being granted reward for achievement um, amongst our peers. And in that, we will gain confidence. Now, the top one is the whole idea of becoming that person that you really want to become in your life. And in that, that creates a lot of creativity. You're full of morality. You're free from prejudice. And overall, you feel that you are that person uh, that you want to become. This is a very personal thing and a very subjective idea. But essentially, this is what Maslow was saying that we are all aiming towards. Now, essentially, what we see in the life of human beings that we're familiar with in our society is that safety and physiological are largely looked after by the state. Love and belonging and self-esteem is largely something that we tend to be more um, self-autonomous and regulatory in being. And for those of us real lucky ones, we manage to get even this high. So, if you look from a workplace example, so Maslow did this work, but it's been interpreted into workplace motivational techniques. So, physical needs, comfortable environment in the workplace, everything's hygienic, everything's safe. You're not going to be sick there. Okay, safety, job security in the form of a contract, your wages, you cover your basics plus a little bit more. Your love and belonging is interpreted as teamwork, giving leadership that you respect, not working in isolation. Self-esteem, this is seen as the hierarchy, the opportunity to display talent and therefore recognition of your status and hopefully move up the hierarchy. And then finally, if you get this far to self-actualization, developing your career, obtaining challenging work, and who knows, to become that best employee you possibly can, as high as you can on the hierarchy. As an example, Kellogg's interpreted this one, and they've interpreted that survival, good rates of pay. So they provide good rates of remuneration so everyone can buy the basic needs for living, and therefore also as well for safety, a safe and healthy working environment. Now, there is a criticism for this. This isn't the most definitive motivational theory. However, what we can say is that some of these things they aren't necessarily go in this order. For example, self-actualization. Some people are quite happy just going along doing their job, making sure they get paid on time. Some people would regard things such as Wi-Fi as a fundamental basic of life. So some of these things aren't included. Secondly, there's no direct cause and effect. So what that means is you cannot directly see that if you've got people working in teams, they are going to naturally be motivated. It's all very, very individual and very, very subjective. They might not seek to have all their needs met in the workplace. For this one, self-actualization, it might not be done at work because that's not where they feel the most inspired. They may have other interests that they seek self-actualization in. So conclusion, okay, so what you're saying is if those lower needs aren't met, then workers won't be motivated to produce anymore. Okay, so once you establish the basic rate of pay, which are covering their physiological needs, you can't continually motivate the employees by saying, come on, work harder and you'll get your pay, because that's guaranteed. Secondly, if lower needs aren't met, then the higher ones aren't a useful form of motivation. Once the need is met, it will no longer motivate workers, as I gave the example up here. So that just concludes what Maslow's hierarchy of needs